What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews, and today I'm going to take you through the list of leans and picks that I have for this upcoming 3-game slate on the WNBA. But firstly, need to celebrate something. We hit our like goal in the last video. We had more than 150 likes, so well done to you guys, and I thank you. As promised, I'll do a giveaway for 3 months free of Outlier for someone who commented on the last video. Now, I've entered all the names into a random draw, so best of luck to you if you're in there. Let's go. All right, so I've got the random generator in. I've punched in all the usernames. I've gone through the list 3 or 4 times to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Let's go, and let's see how this one works out. Bum, 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 bum. Freaking iPhone ringtone. Congratulations to John Lim 7720. You are the winner, my friend. Outlier, 3 months free coming your way. If you can send an email to daftpreviews@gmail.com, provide some proof to ensure that this is your account, and we'll be rocking and rolling. If you have any issues, send me a direct message on Discord or on Instagram, and I'll organize it for you. But congratulations to you. And thank you to everyone who got involved. It won't be the last time. I've got a few of these to give away, and I'll look to give one away every single week. Before we get into my list of leans and my picks, let's do a quick recap on yesterday's video. And boom, motherfucking shakalaka. What a day. I almost read that Mercury versus Fever game perfectly. Now, VIP bets went 4-1 on straight bets. Chelsea Mitchell over 2.5 3-pointers made. Diana Taurasi over 14.5 points. Natasha Cloud over 10.5 points. And Marina Mabrey over 12.5 points as well. We also cashed in on a bitch-ass parlay with Caitlin Clark over 10 assists, Nalissa Smith 7 boards, and Kelsey Mitchell to get 3 3-pointers. To celebrate with you guys, I've got to get another discount out to you. So my VIP picks, I've got another sale for you. Use the code FEVER when you sign up to my VIP picks, and you're going to get 50% for the next 12 months. 50% off, whether you do it yearly or whether you do it monthly. The discount is going to run for 12 months. Like I've said on other videos, it's best to lock this in early before the NFL and the NBA start. Now, this promo code FEVER, it's only going to be valid for the next 24 hours to celebrate the Fever running hot on the Mercury. So the link for my picks will be in the video description and in the pinned comment. Let's go. Let's get into it. All right, we're looking at the Lynx versus the Mystics. It's a home and away set for these teams. The Mystics did keep it close in the last game. At the Lynx, they ran away in the final 5 minutes. I probably assume it's going to be another gritty and grindy, low-scoring game. So unders on points or assists or even overs on rebounds props, probably the best way to go. Now, a lot of the players I'm going to talk through today, I was either very close to betting them or I've already put my bets down. So everyone in VIP has already received my bets, which is one of the reasons why you need to check that shit out. But I'll take you through some of the notes that I have on these players. Then hopefully you do your own research and then you can make the best choice for yourself. The first one I'm looking at in this game is Shakira Austin. Now, Shakira Austin, I'm looking at her rebounds. Over 6 rebounds. I do like the play. Pretty confident that this one cashes. Now, she played 19 minutes in her first game back from injury. She did pull down 10 rebounds in that last game against the Minnesota Lynx. She should see similar minutes. I think her minutes will be capped at about 20. She's up against the same team, and the same opportunities will present themselves, I'm sure. The Lynx, as good as they aren't a great rebounding team. It was on full display in their last matchup. So my main hesitation around this play for Shakira Austin is the odds. It's about minus 130 something, minus 40. It's pretty much too low for a straight bet for me, but I did some line shopping. I found her at 7.5 and it's for plus money, and I was close to playing that. But another hesitation I have around this whole game in general is I don't necessarily like these back-to-back sets, because it's either it's a rinse and repeat and the exact same thing happens as the game prior, or it's a complete reversal and then everything's all fucked up. So you can't really rely too much on it. But Shakira Austin, that was the first look that I had. The next one, staying in this game, we're looking at Napheesa Collier. Now, for Napheesa Collier, I'm looking at her rebounds, over 9.5 boards. Hopefully my little Asian eyes can find it. Here it is, 9.5 rebounds. Now, she's exceeded 9.5 rebounds in 6 out of her last 7 games versus bottom 5 defensive rebound teams. You can see it here on the graph, averaging 11.7 rebounds against the teams who don't rebound very well. Fair enough. Now, 12 rebounds in her most recent game against the Mystics, and she did only play 30 minutes. You can see it here, only 30 minutes, which is a lot lower than what she has been averaging this season. Now, she's in head-to-head matchups against the Mystics. She has covered in 3 out of her last 4 games. The Mystics, they do rank in the bottom 5 for rebounds allowed to forwards, so safe to say that the matchup is a good one. Sticking with the same team with a very similar write-up, we're looking at my fellow Australian here, Alana Smith. So Alana Smith, her rebound prop has been a bit of a wagon at the moment. So I'm looking at over 5.5 boards. She's covered this rebound line in 5 straight games against the Mystics. Check this out. Boom! Rebounding like a freak. 7.8 boards on average against the Mystics in her last 6 games. She's played twice this year, 8 rebounds in both of those games. Now, the Mystic, as I said, rank in the bottom 5 for rebounds allowed to power forwards. She did play 33 minutes in that last game against them, though, which is a little bit higher than what she normally does. I think she took more minutes from Collier, who's, trying to managing her load after the Olympic break. I'm not too sure what happened there. But maybe when things balance out, Collier gets a bit more minutes, Alana Smith gets a little bit less. I'm not 100% sure in this. But again, this is a back-to-back set. Weird shit tends to happen. But I do like the rebound over for Alana Smith. But on my sports books for over 5.5, I wasn't getting the best odds possible, so I had to kind of do parlay magic and wizardry. That pick's already been sent to my VIP members, but I can let you all know that I did take a bet with Alana Smith over 5.5 rebounds, but I got a little bit sexy with it. The next play was sticking in the same game, and I'm looking at Courtney Williams here, over 10.5 points. Just let me find her up here on the screen. Courtney Williams, over 10.5 points. She's line in both games against the Mystics this season, 17 and 14 points in the 2 games against them. Her shot volume in these games were very high. Check this out. 16 shots in the first game and then 14 shots in the game that just passed. Now, that shot volume is quite high compared to what she's been averaging throughout the season. She normally takes on average 10.7 shots per game, so 16 and 14 shot attempts. It's quite high, but again, that could be a matchup thing. So the Mystics, they do allow the 3rd most points to guards, so it may have something to do with that matchup. So they do allow a lot of points, and she might be getting aggressive with it. The one reservation I do have on this game for Courtney Williams, and I'll show it to you. If you look at her games on the road this season, she's only covered this in 4 out of 12 games. She averages 9.5 points, so she hasn't really performed on the road. Under 8 out of her last 10 games on the road. So that's my hesitation, but the matchup is really good, and she's gave them the business before. Well, let's jump into the next game. It's the game that I wish I could wake up early enough to watch, and being honest with you, I probably will. So this game starts at 6 a.m. my time. It's the Liberty versus the Aces. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Now, both offenses are red hot. The Aces, they've shown that they aren't too interested in playing defense. They do have the rest advantage, though, which probably balances the scales. So it should be a close game. Star play should get a whole lot of minutes. So we could be on here. But this first pick I'm going to run you through, probably not going to be a popular one, but I did the research on it, and you got to have a big balls to play it. So if you made it this far into the video, drop a comment saying big balls, and I know that you've made it. So looking at Asia Wilson. And I'm looking at taking under 40.5 PRA for Asia Wilson. Now, how about the balls on me? I'm going to look like a genius, or I'm going to look like an idiot. Now, you can see here on this graph, she's cashed it in her last 4 games. She's hit the over 46, 52, 46, and 42. My Lord, she's been an absolute beast. But thanks to Outlier, we've got some juicy insights here. So Asia Wilson, she's failed to exceed 40.5 PRA in 7 of her last 9 games at home. She's averaging 38.3 PRA, which is a 78% hit rate. Now, the matchup in this game is a difficult one for centers. So Wilson. Now, the Liberty, they do allow the fewest points, the fewest rebounds to centers, plus the second fewest assists. So matchup-wise, it does make sense. She's played Liberty once this season. In that game, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, finishing with a PRA of 33. If you look at her head-to-head matchups against the Liberty, she's played 10 games against them. She's gone under 9 times. 9 out of 10 games, she's gone under this PRA against them, but at the same time, she's at the prime of her powers, the peak of her powers right now. So the risk here is obvious. She's the best player in the league in a massive game where she's probably going to be up for it. She's going to get minutes. She's going to get volume. The question is, are the Liberty good enough to slow her down? So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. What side do you ride on for Asia Wilson? Are you fading me completely and betting her over? Are you going to ride with me, bet her under? Or are you going to be a bit of a bitch and just choose not to bet it? Either way is fine. I just want to get your opinion on it. So Asia Wilson, that's the first look that I have. The next one I want to go through is for my girl Sabrina. Now, Sabrina Ionescu, she was someone that I did take the other day. We took her over in points, broke my heart. So 20.5 points is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the over here for Sabrina. Now, she's exceeded this in 4 out of her last 5 games on the road. Thank you, Outlier. 4 out of her last 5. Last game on the road, 18 points against the Spark. The key reason for me to run this back, I've showed you this filter last time, but Lainey Hamilton is still out. And in games without Lainey Hamilton this season, Sabrina's covered in 7 out of her last 8 games. Her only under was that last one against the Spark. 18 points, right? But check out the minutes here. 22.9 minutes played. It was an absolute blowout. She easily would have covered this had she got more game time. All the other games, she plays 30 plus minutes without Lainey Hamilton and has been smashing this line. So in this game, which is sure to be close with no Lainey Hamilton, I think part of the reason Sabrina probably got rested is the blowout, but also knowing that the next game was going to be up against the Aces and she's probably going to get a bit more run time. So Sabrina, hopefully she plays more than 30 minutes and then hopefully she covers 20.5 points. Now the matchup is strong. The Aces, they are the second worst team in the whole league at defending the pick and roll ball handler, which is where Sabrina, she scores 25% of her points. They're in the bottom 3 in defensive ranking from above the break. Sabrina loves to operate there. So matchups and style-wise, it all makes sense. If you look at the head-to-head numbers for Sabrina against the Aces, we can see that she's gone under this in 5 straight games, though. The game earlier this season, she only scored 15 points. She got the minutes. She did have like 12 or so, which was something crazy. But Brianna Stewart tends to struggle against the Aces, from what I remember. We'll get to Brianna Stewart soon. And no Hamilton, they probably don't have as many weapons on offense. So Sabrina hopefully takes advantage of this matchup and bucks this trend of going under against the Aces and absolutely cooks them in this one. The next look that I have is for Brianna Stewart. And let's talk about it for a second. Now, out of curiosity, I want to look at her points first, but that's not the prop that I want to take you guys through. I just want to see what it looks like. So points-wise against the Aces. So yeah, I was probably reaching by saying she struggles against the Aces, but she has gone under her points line in 6 out of her last 10 games against them. She's capable of going under, capable of going over, completely get it. But I'm not betting on Brianna Stewart points today. The look that I have is around her rebounds, looking at over 8.5 boards. Now, Brianna Stewart, she's covered this line in 13 of her last 16 games versus bottom 5 defenses for rebounds allowed. She's averaging over 10 rebounds in these games. The matchup is excellent here. Check this out. The Aces, they allow the most rebounds to forwards in the league. Now, Stewie, she's covered this line in 6 consecutive games against the Aces, including a 12-rebound effort earlier this season. So, Brianna Stewart, I think the rebounds could be there. Jonquel Jones and Asia Wilson can battle it out all day. I don't give a shit. As long as they take them both out of position to rebound and Brianna can eat, we good. Outside of that, I looked into other players within this game. Nothing really got my attention. I think for the Aces, maybe Kelsey Plum. I was brave enough to even take notes about it, but I think Plum could have a good game scoring-wise. Jackie Young I wasn't particularly fond of, but I could. It's late right now. I couldn't be bothered writing notes for every single one of them, but they're the ones that I did like the most from this particular game. Up to you whether you choose to ride with it. The next one, it's the Chicago Spark. Kennedy Carter, I think she's questionable at the moment. There has been an update on her status, but they said the props available, they're still not sure whether she's going to play. So you can only take the front court props for the Chicago Sky, even though the game starts in about 5 hours of me recording this. Not many props available. But I looked at both teams, and there was only one person really worth talking about, and I hate to say it, it's Angel Reese. Now, we just cashed on Angel Reese. We took over her rebounds against the Mercury. Cashed pretty easily. But for this particular game, I'm looking at Angel Reese under 14.5 points. Now, I haven't taken this bet yet, but it's a very strong lean of mine. And look, I had the pleasure of watching that last game between the Sky and the Mercury, and I was quickly reminded about how bad she is at putting the ball in the hoop. She plays hard, she rebounds like an animal, but she doesn't have that touch. My Lord. 40% field goal percentage this season, 90% of her shots are layups. Like, that's so bad. Like, I think I was doing a live stream on this game and she got in transition on a fast break and I called her. I said she's going to blow this layup. And she blew like 3 or 4 layups on the break in that game. Doesn't make that much sense to me, but she plays hard. But I think 14.5 points, I think it's a little bit too high. Now, the Spark, they are not a great defensive team on the inside. But I could see someone like Cardosa potentially taking advantage due to their lack of size. Angel Reese, she does score a lot of points in with putbacks. And believe it or not, the Spark have a top 4 defensive rating with that type of play type. Now, Angel Reese has played 13 games against the teams in the top 4 at defending this play type, and she's covered this line only twice. 14.5 points, 2 games out of 13 against the teams who are good at limiting putbacks, and that's where she happens to get a lot of her buckets. But I think the main risk in this play is probably from the free throw line. So Angel Reese, when she attacks the hoop, doesn't necessarily go in there to score. A lot of the time, she's just throwing her body to the opposition, trying to get to the free throw line. And sometimes she can't shoot for shit. If she gets to the line 10 times and she makes 8 of them, there's a chance she goes over here. But at the moment, really leaning to the under for Angel Reese on her points. So make sure you guys saving yourself some money. Use a discount code VIVA when you sign up to my VIP picks. You'll get 50% off the next 12 months. It's not just this month. It's the next 12 months, whether you do it monthly or yearly. You'll get to see all my picks, all my plays. We got over 3 units profit yesterday, and we got caught on the hook with some bullshit. Could have been a much bigger day. All my plays have been sent. Let's do this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.